You got to get inside the trade. What that means is I came from a world of high frequency trading. So what would happen is some of these companies, they would hire really highly educated, smart people with PhDs in physics and computer science and math. They would get a group of these people and they would say, here's our massive historical database of historical time series data of all the trades that happen every minute or every second or every hundredth of a second for the last 10 years. Go write some algorithms that can predict what's going to happen, where the price is going to go in the next 30 seconds or minute or 10 minutes or whatever. And they were almost doomed to fail. Typically what would work better is if you'd have a professional trader who would spend years and years trading this stuff manually and understood how you made money with a particular kind of trade. It's like, look, when you're trading this, when you do this kind of trade, these are the factors to consider. These are the forces that are at play. These are the things you're going to watch out for. This is how you can lose a lot of money here. That's this hard won experience from winning and losing on a lot of trades and learning and understanding an emotion, instinctual reaction to, I would not buy at that point. My experience has been if you have been the domain expert yourself, like you understand exactly how this works. Get inside the trade. Don't just automate it. Like do the thing until you understand what the hell is going on. Really understand it. Have emotional scars from it. Then automate it. And that's the same thing with you as being a tutor. You had spent years and years and years tutoring all different levels. So I could say, well, would this work? Would that work? You're like, no, that wouldn't work at all. I'm like, all right, well, then we don't want to do that, right?
The first time you told me about get inside the trade, there was some imagery that you said that I think really brought it home. You were sitting next to a trader and you had this spreadsheet up.
Like the Matrix. It was just like all these
right.
gigantic grid of theoretical option values and risk numbers that somehow this person can interpret that and go, oh, this is what's happening. The guy I was sitting next to was the owner of this trading firm, years and years on the options trading pits at the Chicago Board Options Exchange. And I was showing, we had built like a simulated trading environment, kind of like a flight simulator, but for options trading. This is my first company many years ago. And I had some printout of a bunch of these values or some screen of all these values that my simulated environment was generating. And he's looking at it and he goes, and he kind of points out some values that don't make sense. I'm like, how the hell do you, how can you just look at this ginormous grid of things and just see? But he understood the structure that was supposed to be there. And it made mostly made sense. But there were some things, errors in my code or my assumptions that I put into the code that he could detect and point out to me. And I was just like, wow, okay. It was incredible, right? And so we bring it back to tutoring. You spent years doing this, so you had that instinct. I could put you in any situation. I go, okay, here's a situation, da 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 da. What would you do? And you'd be like, well, I probably do this, and that would be kind of our go-to move anytime we were trying to develop the heuristic that we were going to try and characterize and automate in the system. And that we have just hundreds of those things that are largely the fruit of hard-won experience combined with a lot of deep introspection.
Yeah.
And this is a long process and we're getting closer all the time, but still we have a lot we can do.